Stonehaven worshipped rules and hated questions. What the villagers didn't understand. They mocked until it felt safe to fear. So they called the quiet boy at the forest's edge Thomas the Beast Whisperer. Not as respect as a joke. Thomas spoke little and listened a lot. The children threw stones and called him Freak because softness embarrassed them. Thomas never hit back. Fighting only fed their cruelty, so silence became his shield. In the woods, birds landed close, dogs followed, and a fox watched him without fear. When Thomas offered his hand, he felt meaning, hunger, caution, relief, truth without words. He lived with his grandmother Mara in a small hut. Mara limped on a stick, smelled of herbs and smoke, and healed villagers who insulted her grandson. At night she warned him, voice low as coals. Some gifts are doors, Thomas. Don't open every door in daylight. One gray morning, after laughter chased him like thrown rocks, Thomas fled into the deep forest. A raven appeared black as ink, one white feather like a mark, and guided him to ruins swallowed by moss, broken pillars, and a ring of ancient stones. In the center lay a slab of black rock, smooth as frozen night. Carved into it was a dragon, head lowered, and beneath it a human with an empty hand raised in greeting. He remembered Mara's warning. His hand still reached out. When his fingers touched the stone, the forest shifted. Sound came layered with feeling, alarm, curiosity, calm. And deeper beneath roots and creek water, something vast asleep in the mountains. A heartbeat he'd never heard until now. Thomas tore his hand away, dizzy. The raven croaked almost laughter and vanished. He ran home. Mara shut the door the moment she saw his face. You touched the old stone. How do you? Your eyes, Mara whispered. The valley noticed you. She told him what Stonehaven had forgotten. Dragons had lived in these peaks, real as rock, and there were humans who didn't hunt them. They listened. They made pacts. They were called whisperers. You're of that line, Mara said. A thread that didn't break, but if you're seen, old enemies will see you too. A low rumble rolled through the valley. The sky was clear. Mara's knuckles whitened. That isn't thunder, she breathed. That's a wing beat. By noon, Stonehaven was smoke. A dark red and black dragon dropped near the village edge and poured fire across the watch hill. Arrows bounced off its scales. People ran in circles, shouting useless orders. Its voice didn't travel through air. It hit minds like heat. Thieves, liars. Where is the one who carries the old scent? Fear found its favorite tool. Blame. Him. A woman screamed, pointing at Thomas. A freak. The crowd joined, because a crowd loves a target. Thomas's legs shook. He didn't look at them. He looked at the dragon, and the dragon looked back, eyes narrowing with recognition. Thomas stepped forward, palms open. He didn't command. He begged, sending his plea into the valley's old heartbeat. Help. For the eggs. For the pack. For the burning. For a breath. Nothing answered. Then the wind shifted as if the sky made room. Dragons descended, many landing, without crushing homes. An emerald elder, scarred like lightning, lowered its head and bowed to Thomas. The others bowed too. A single word settled in Thomas's mind. King. The villagers stared, mouths open. Some dropped to their knees. Others backed away as if Thomas had grown claws. Shame rose in them like smoke, and Thomas feared it would harden into another kind of violence. So he sent a slow wave of calm through the crowd. No spell, just steady presence, the way he soothed a frightened dog. Then he faced the red-black dragon. He reached toward its rage and found the core, grief. A flood of images hit him, brood caves empty, eggshells smashed, wagons rattling with cages, chains etched with cold runes, and on every lock a brand, a crown with 3 spikes. The dragon's name pulsed through the pane. Vark, Mara's breath. Hitched. The ash crown, she whispered, they're back. That night, dragons ringed the valley. At dawn, the Emerald Elder offered Thomas a wing and carried him to a high plateau where more dragons gathered around a larger ring of carved rock. Hunters arrived with iron-stink dark armor, ropes, stakes. A net field shimmered in the air, and chain bolts flew, runes cold as winter. A mother dragon's wing locked mid-flight and she hit stone screaming. Thomas listened to the hunters and felt what chilled him most. Certainty. Someone guided them, he said. A traitor. A man stepped out from the hunters, armor clean, eyes calm. On his chest, the 3-spiked crown. Well, he said, smiling, there you are. He raised a small whistle and blew. No sound, just a ripple. Dragons froze, muscles seizing. Thomas felt his own gift tugged, like the whistle tried to grab his door from the wrong side and kick it open. You're not a king, the Ash Crown leader murmured. You're a key. Mara's warning struck Thomas like fire. Doors. So Thomas went deeper past fear, past pain down into stone memory and the valley's ancient pulse. He sent one thing into the sky. A true name, thunder wrapped in silence. Clouds darkened. A shadow moved within them slow, immense enough an ancient dragon broke through the cloud bank. Slate dark, eyes like distant stars. Chain bolts fired. The ancient dragon exhaled storm breath and the bolts crumpled and fell. Leave, the ancient mind commanded. Drop cages. Return what you stole. Come again and you will not leave. Weapons hit the ground. Cages were dragged back. Eggs were carried out carefully. Hatchlings freed, trembling. The leader spat, desperate. There are buyers in cities. Humans never stop. Thomas stepped close, shaking but steady. Then neither do I, he said. I'll go to your cities. I'll speak your names. I'll show what your gold is made of. That night, dragons argued blood, mercy, survival until the emerald. Elder pressed one question into Thomas's mind. Will you keep mercy when it costs you? If we hide, Thomas answered, chains return. I'm human. Let me carry your truth into human noise. They will cage you, a silver mind warned. No, Thomas said. So I won't go alone. The ancient presence rumbled. I will not burn their cities for you, but I will be the shadow that makes liars afraid. At dawn, Thomas returned to Stonehaven under a dragon's passing shadow. No fire, only witness. Villagers gathered, ash on their faces. The children who once threw stones couldn't meet his eyes. I'm leaving, Thomas said. If you want forgiveness, stop teaching cruelty. The chief bowed, voice broken. We were wrong. Thomas looked at the children. Be kind to what you don't understand, he said softly, or the world will teach you the hard way. Mara waited at the hut door, eyes bright. She lifted her stick in blessing. Thomas hugged her once, tight, and climbed onto a gold dragon's wing. They rose into morning air. Stonehaven shrank below. Far away the ancient dragon moved through cloud like living night. Thomas faced the horizon where human roads waited and made a vow simple enough to hold a legend's weight. No more cages. If humans truly never stop, then neither will he.